Yeah, you know it's only you I ever wanted, but still you front like I was never being honest.
Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about my labor and delivery story for baby girl number 2. But before I get into this video, if you are new here, make sure you hit that like button, you subscribe, and you comment down below more videos that you want to see from me. And if you're old subscriber, old supporter, thank you so much for tuning into this video. I can't do this without you guys. So just continue to subscribe, share, and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. So let's get right into this crazy story. So the labor and delivery story starts December 11th, which is a Wednesday. So December 11th, I had an appointment in the morning, so around 9 a.m. Hubby was off. So we went there, you know, the doctor, nurse practitioner was like, you know, it could be any day now, you know, you guys are almost full term, because that Friday is gonna be 37 weeks. So I was like 36 and like 4 days or something like that. So she was like, you know, any day now, you know, hopefully this is the last appointment that you guys are gonna have. So pinpoint that. She said this is going to be the last appointment that we're gonna have, okay? Okay. So we went in, everything was good. Now I thought she was gonna check, you know, my cervix and to see if I was dilated or if I had a face, and she didn't, because the week before she checked and I was already 1 centimeter dilated. And I think that same week, a couple of days before that appointment, or the week before that, I went to the doctor's because I was experiencing some like lower abdomen pain, because I was carrying her very, very low and I couldn't sleep on my side. Every time I turned to my side, I was in some serious pain, and you know, I couldn't stand up for too long, I couldn't sit down for too long, because like my pelvic area was hurting so much. So I went to the doctors and they said that I was 1 centimeter, I believe. And so when I had my OB appointment, she said I was 1.5 centimeters. So I thought she was going to check me again, because at a certain point, after 30 weeks, I believe, you start going to the doctors every week. So I thought she was going to check, you know, to see if I was dilated anymore, and she didn't, which was fine. You know, now it's fine. At the time I was pretty annoyed about it, but it happens. So get home, everything's good, you know, everything's, you know, all right, whatever, from that appointment. And I was experiencing some, you know, some contractions. You know, when you're pregnant, you think they're Braxton Hicks, and Braxton Hicks, you know, is kind of like not severe period pain, but it's period pain, and it's manageable. But this one, it wasn't manageable at all. I was like feeling uncomfortable. I couldn't really sit. I was like, this feels like it's the real thing. So we go to the doctor. The doctor was like, so you're 4 centimeters dilated, but you're 50 cent a face. Now that means that my cervix is still pretty thick. It's from I think the sac to like the canal, I think. I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me. I'm just guessing. But my cervix is still pretty thick. So everything is still good, but I'm 4 centimeters dilated. I was like, oh wow, like that was pretty fast. Like from 1.5 centimeters last week, you know, to already 4 centimeters, just a couple of days in between appointments. Now I wish, you know, the nurse practitioner would have checked me, because then we would have known that I was 4 centimeters, but that's besides the point. So I'm just like, you know what, like this pain is really uncomfortable. I don't want to go home. And I already sent my oldest to her grands, so it was late, and we were at the the hospital for so long. And you already know, when you're at the hospital, they take forever to see you if it's not an emergency. So it was really annoying. So they sent us home, which was fine, whatever. So we got home. I spent the next couple of days just soldiering through. They were really uncomfortable, but bearable. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So Saturday comes around, Saturday night, hubby goes to work. He worked, I will never forget this, he worked 11 to 7. So around, like, I want to say maybe 5 or 6-ish, I'm just like, I texted him, I'm like, you know what, I'm really not feeling well. Like, I'm probably gonna take some tea, but I just want to give you an update. I'm just not feeling too well, you know. I'll update you to see if you need to come home. So now that night, like that Friday night, in the middle of the night, and so we were sleep training our oldest, so I was still in the room with her, you know, trying to get her used to it. I was up until about like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because I was experiencing some really bad contractions. But they said that, you know, you watch your contractions for like an hour or whatever and time them, making sure that they're close enough together, then you go to the hospital. Since we already went to the hospital on Wednesday, I didn't want to wake up anybody at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning over, you know, a false alarm. So I just was like, okay, whatever. Like, if it's still painful during the day, I'll text him and we can go to the hospital. Fine, cool. But that evening, I just wasn't feeling well. The feelings came out of nowhere. So I was like, you know what, I'm just probably gonna take some tea, probably just some gas, you know, whatever. It's fine. So now around 6 o'clock, 6:30-ish, that's when the contractions really started. It was bad, y'all. Like, it was so bad. I could not sit still. I couldn't stand. Like, I had to move around because like they were just really, really uncomfortable, and I couldn't even time them because I had to think about something else to go through the pain. Like, I couldn't focus on anything. So I texted him, I'm like, you know what, I think we should probably go to the hospital. So he comes home, we get everything together. Like, I couldn't even get our oldest dressed because like they were that painful for me. So we go to the hospital after we drop her off, and you know, I tell, you know, the people to check in, you know, what's going on and stuff, and they admit me, they check me. I'm still 4 centimeters dilated. I'm still 50% of face. So my husband and I were like, listen, we're not going home again. Y'all already sent us home on Wednesday. Y'all took dumb long to check us to make sure everything was okay, and pretty much ignored, you know, what I was feeling and what was telling y'all. Like, this is not, you know, normal for me, and I'm full term anyway, 37 weeks. So we're like, no, we're not going home. I can't deal with this pain. I'm very uncomfortable. And I know that comes with pregnancy and stuff, but I was already pregnant before, and I worked full time. So I know what pain and uncomfortableness feels like for me, and this was uncomfortable and it was painful, and I know that I would not be able to sleep with this pain. So the doctor, she was a black lady, so I was like, okay, this is really nice. So somebody that understands. She was like, okay, we're gonna give you something for the pain, and we'll go from there. We'll see maybe if that pain reliever will, you know, set up something for you to dilate into a face. So I was like, okay, that's fine. So they actually admit me and move me to another room. So I believe before they gave me the pain reliever, they checked me again. Or was it afterwards? I don't remember. It was one of the two. But nothing really happened after the pain reliever. During that pain reliever, according to my husband, I was talking just a whole bunch of nonsense. I don't remember any, like, for that part that they gave it to me, and during at all, I slept pretty much. And I'm so glad that I did, y'all. I'm so glad that I slept because I needed it, because I wasn't sleeping very well. So afterwards, you know, I was having the contractions, but I wasn't feeling them at all, and they were coming pretty consistent, but not consistent enough. So the doctor comes in, she's like, okay, since you guys are full term, you can either go home and, you know, wait until a couple more weeks, or we could give you Pitocin. My husband and I were like, listen, just give us the Pitocin. If there's not going to be any danger to, hi. If there's not going to be any danger to, you know, to her, then that's fine. Like, more than welcome to, you know, give us the Pitocin. Now, thank you. So, mind you, I was still not feeling the contractions at all because I was still getting off from the pain reliever. Yeah, it's hot. So, gave me the Pitocin, and then they came and checked me again. Now, I believe all within like maybe an hour or so, I was down to, like, my cervix lowered. So I was down to 70 or something, 70% effaced or something like that. I don't remember the exact number, but it switched it real quick. So, and then, you know, I was dilating very, very fast because she was checking me like pretty much every 30 minutes. And like one time she checked me, And then I was like 4 centimeters. Checked me again within like an hour, I was 5. And like checked me again, I was 6. And then another time, within like 20 minutes, I was 7, because like I had the feeling that I needed to poop. So like I had a pressure like on my butt. So they said, you know, make sure, you know, when you're having those feelings, you let us know. So they were in and out consistently. I was dilating very, very fast. So when my cervix dropped super low, they ended up breaking my water. So I think they ended up breaking my water around like 11 something. I don't remember the exact time, but it was around that time they broke my water. And you know, when you break your water, everything from there just literally goes super, super fast. So they broke my water, and finally the pain reliever just was gone, because I was feeling these contractions. They're really bad. Like I was screaming. With my first, I wasn't screaming, I was just silent. My husband literally had to tell me, like, are you breathing? Like I didn't make a peep at all. But with this one, I was screaming because they hurt so bad. At my first, I didn't have any epidural, and I didn't want epidural. With this one, I didn't get epidural at all. And it came to the point where I was literally going to ask them, give me the epidural like right now. Like I'm in so much pain, this whole hospital can hear me, give me this dang on epidural, because I'm about ready to fight all of y'all. That's just pretty much how I felt at that moment. And you know, I was telling my husband, like, yo, like I can't do this, like this hurts so bad. Like the contractions my oldest hurt, they hurt a lot, but this one hurt like bleep 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 bleep. Okay, that's how bad they hurt. So you know, I was telling the nurse that was helping us, like, can I stand up, can I sit, like what can I do? She's like, yeah, like, you know, we're gonna give you the medicine ball to kind of help progress things, because how I was sitting was really uncomfortable. So so as soon as she gives me the medicine ball, I sit up, like I'm sitting up like this. And it was at that moment where I'm just like, okay, this is literally the worst decision that I could have possibly made in my entire life, because the contraction hit so hard. And I'm just like, and I felt like I was pooping. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm pooping. and then I'm sitting there, I'm thinking like I'm giving the biggest poop of my life right at that moment. And I'm trying to hold it in, because like, I don't know, I didn't want to be, it's embarrassing. Let's keep it a book. It's embarrassing. So I didn't want to just be embarrassed about it. Yeah. So I'm trying to hold it in. So she was just like, okay, like let's push you back. So you know, as I'm going, but she's pushing me back and trying to remove the ball with my husband, then I'm saying, I remember myself saying, I'm pushing. So as I'm leaning back, yeah, good job. As I'm leaning back, she's saying, you know, she's calling somebody, the actual OB, and was like, oh my gosh, she's delivering. And then she was just like, one more push, and then I pushed out her shoulders. And so pretty much all the OB did was just deliver the placenta and had my husband cut the cord. So pretty much the nurse and my husband delivered her, and it just happened so fast. I'm just thinking about it, it's giving me chills, because like she's only about 3 weeks old, so I still feel everything, you know, that's going on, you know, that went on at that point in time. And it was just it just happened so fast. So she was born at exactly 111, so she's definitely a lucky baby. And she was 7 pounds and 4.3 ounces, I want to say, something like that. My husband knows better than me, because I was busy pushing, so he had to you know, keep updated. I'm sorry, y'all, she's all up in the camera, to keep updated about everything. Can you put your head this way? Thank you, sweetheart. So that's how baby number 2 was born. You know, her name is Jolie Elizabeth. So she's just, don't write on your hand, please. As you can see, yeah, don't write on your hand. As you can see, being a mom of 2 is very interesting. So y'all better get used to it. Y'all gonna hear her in the background, hear her everything, because this is what my channel is about. It is about motherhood and the ins and outs of it. So that's pretty much my labor and delivery story. She's just such a calm baby. Her temperament is completely different from her sister's, but I absolutely love it. You know, her sister's a turtle queen, and she's just cool, calm, and collected. And I love every minute of it. I love being a mom. I love being a mom of two and being a girl mom. That is so much fun. They're like my little mini best friends. And obviously my husband is having the time of his life being outnumbered in the house. So, you know, he has 3 ladies that he can't say no to. So that's fun as well. But yeah, you guys, that's just pretty much how baby number 2 was born. You know, it was very interesting and different from the first one, and I'll link, you know, her story in the cards somewhere. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any more of my videos. And yeah, that's it. I love you. God loves you. See you in my next video. Peace.
But play me, cause now I ain't your baby, but baby, you've been hella shitty. Oh no, your shit, I hit delete.